Ross, thanks for joining us today.
Sure.
I know this has been a kind of a busy morning for you. We just had some developing news drop earlier today when it comes to Dennis Bonnen. What's happening there?
So the Texas Rangers were investigating his conversation with a political activist to see if this alleged quid pro quo crossed the legislative bribery line, whether there was a crime committed. They gave their report to Bonnen's local prosecutor, Brazoria County District Attorney Jerry Yenny. And she issued a statement that basically said, I guess the bottom line is no criminal charges, but she said this is all kinds of terrible. And she really excoriated him, gave him a real scolding, particularly about what was said in that recording about Bonnen's attitude and Representative Dustin Burrows' attitude towards cities, counties, and local officials.
She said something like how it looks like he hates certain counties or certain cities.
Well, they used the word hate when they were in their transcript. And you know, this was the part of the transcript that didn't get a lot of conversation during the summer as this was all dripping out. It was all political stuff and, you know, the regular legislative tit for tat stuff to some extent, but the attack on cities that became evident in the recording when it was made public has really sort of caught fire this week.
So not illegal, maybe unethical, but not illegal.
Yeah, it was, you know, stupid, but not against the law. And she was really after him. You know, this has become a real problem. The city-county thing has become a problem for members when they go home. They're running for re-election. They're going to be declaring in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
You stand with your mayor and your city councilman and your judges and all of your friends and say, here we are again. And now a lot of those local officials are, you know, sort of giving them, you know, some version of a municipal middle finger.
Right. So how is this going to play out, though, when it comes to the Texas House?
Well, I think, you know, this trend of the state government fighting with local governments has been going for a while. You know, we saw it all the way back in the rideshare ordinances.
That's
when
right.
Austin passed those and the legislature stepped in. There's been a lot of talk about should they do something about sick leave or about scooters or this or that. Right now we've got the homelessness thing going on.
In Austin, yeah.
So I am not surprised to see this strain in the, you know, mouths of government officials. I was surprised to see it was so strong that they were basically trying to knock the city's knees out. We'll see how it goes in the next session.
What does this mean for Democrats moving forward, too?
It's another thing to run on. It's another thing where the Democrats will come in and say the Republicans were for local government before they were against it. They're already saying that. They're trying to refute local voters. You know, it's going to be a conversation developing that you've heard elements of before.
Okay, switching gears, let's talk about student loan debt. Not just for millennials. I mean, gosh, I may be still paying off some of my college loans, but this is a problem.
Actually, it's my age group that's having the problem. It's interesting. The fastest growing and biggest debts are in people over 65. I'm not over 65 yet, but I'm on my way. And part of it is loans for themselves, for their own college, for continuing education later in their adulthood, and for the notes they co-signed with their kids.
Oh, wow.
And so the biggest dollar amounts and the largest number of loans that are, you know, problematic student loans are in people over 65.
It's expensive to have kids.
It is.
No matter what age. Thank you so much for that.
I appreciate it.